Accreditation by activity is eligible for trainers who acquire your TTT or exemption before 1st January 2021. Okay, 8.2. 8.2 is very important. You take out your imaginary highlighter. This is something that you should highlight. What you need to do is you need to accumulate a total of 120 hours of training that you have conducted within 12 calendar month. 12 calendar month, again, allow me to repeat, this refers to 12 months period. We purposely allow this so that you can gauge your starting and end date. It does not mean that it must start on 1st January and end 31st December. You can start either on any of the date that you have chosen, and the end date will be prior to your your start date. Okay. Example again, let's say you have chosen your start date as 1st August 2019. So the end date will be 30th September 2020. So it is a 12-month calendar period. Okay, 120 hours of training conducted. 120 hours. I'm not sure the trainers under Access IDs alumni, but 120 hours, if you convert in terms of days, is around 15 days. So we are talking only about 15 days of training. Understandable for some part-time trainers or in-house trainer, maybe even 15 days is quite to achieve within 1 year. But this is something that we've already argued and presented to our management, and based on our engagement, this is something that is doable by right. You should meet 120 15 days. Assuming you could not meet the 120 hours within the 12 calendar period, then you are still allowed to apply for accreditation, but by assessment. You are still allowed, but instead of by activity, then you need to submit by assessment rather than by activity. Okay. In terms of the training record, you can submit as far back as 2018. Allow me to elaborate that further. Let's say you have a complete record of your training that you have conducted. All the supporting documents that is eligible for accreditation by activity, you have a proper record. You have record since 2010, for example. From 2010 until right now, 27 May 2022, you have a proper record for this. You can submit your supporting document from 1st January 2018. Okay, it does not mean that you need to submit from 2018 until 2022. Let's say you choose your start date 1st February 2018. So the end date will be 31st March 2019, as far back as 2018. So if let's say you submitted a supporting document, a training that you have conducted in 2017, for example, then we could not accept, because for us it's too far back. It might not reflect your activeness in conduct training. Okay, so that is for item 8.2, which is very important for you to submit for accreditation. 8.3 is also another thing that you need to use your imaginary highlighter. This refers to the supporting document that you need to submit for accreditation by activity. So there are 4 things. Number 1, the participants, not item 8.3. This refers to the requirement, which is technically the same as assessment. It must be adult, minimum 2 participants, maximum 25, minimum 4 hours, and must be face-to-face. The important part is 8.5. So for accreditation by activity, the thing that you need to highlight is 8.2 and 8.5. Okay, 8.5 outlines the supporting document that you need to submit for accreditation by activity. Out of the 4, you need to submit either 2. Again, I repeat out of the 4, you need to submit either 2. 2 daripada 4 senarai dekat sini. We purposely put minimum here because we would prefer you to submit all, because it is much easier for us to justify. It provides better visibility for us to consider your application. But some of the things, as a trainer, especially as an independent trainer, freelance trainer, you might not have the right to acquire the information. That's why we put here minimum 2 out of the 4, which translate to either 2, any 2 of the 4. So the first one is complete attendance sheet. This is a clear example. Sometimes you are a freelance trainer, you are appointed by the training provider to conduct a training. The participant might be the clientele of the training provider, and it's something PNC to the TP, to the training provider. So there is something that they might not able to share to the trainer through a freelance trainer. So that's the first one, attendance sheet. Number 2 is participants feedback form. using HRDT or any other general feedback form. HRDT for information refers to HRD Corp training effectiveness of evaluation. This is something that we have not to say only started. I think we started this since last year, but we have not fully enforced this. It is still considered at a beginning stage. The idea of this is that in the long run, which again for now we don't have visibility. The idea is for a training to be claimed, to make it claimable, they need to submit the feedback form. It is something compulsory. Because all this while we've been conducting training, HRD Corp has been around for almost 30 years. We have never done it. We don't have a proper structure to analyze, to see, to view whether the training conducted it meets the outcome, or it is effective, or what is the contribution to the nation. All the big pictures, we don't have the raw data to support that. So that's where HRDT comes in. But again, this is something that is we have not really started yet. We have started, but not we haven't gone too far about it. Just to give you an idea what we are doing. So cakap pasal apa lah tadi? Oh ni, second part is the feedback form. Okay. The third one is the offer letter or email from the employer or training provider to the trainer. We do receive application that they attach the supporting document, appointment letter from the employer to the training provider. That is something that unfortunately we cannot use because we cannot validate. The training provider might use other trainer rather than the applicant. So please ensure that the offer letter is to you, to the trainer. And finally, proof of payment to the trainer. It can be invoice, it can be any proof of payment from us, from our side. At least it can be verified from our end. So these are the supporting documents that you need to submit. Okay, when you submit your accreditation by activity, you need to meet the 120 hours requirement, which translates to 15 days. 15 days, if let's say you are conducting the training is 1 day, 1 full day, 8 hours. Okay, assuming you are conducting a training 1 full day, 8 hours. So in TDMS, you need to submit all of the 15, there will be 15 entries. There will be 15 entries. You need to submit the supporting document for each training, because we do receive application, they submit it states 120, but the supporting document there's only one supporting document, only one training, but the total hours is 120. So it is very hard for us to verify. Never mind, it might be quite vague at the moment. I'll show you the guideline after this. Okay, so technically that is the two important parts for accreditation by activity. 8.2, which refers to the requirement of the training, and 8.5, which refers to the supporting document that you need to submit for accreditation to be considered for accreditation by activity. The rest is the same. You need to retain for 3 years, and also the validity is 3 years. The accreditation fee of this is only 16 ringgit, because there's no panel assessor. This is only our processing fee. So if you were to ask me, some of them they ask me, they acquired the cert, for example, the TTT cert in 2015. So automatically they are eligible to be accredited by activity, but can they submit accreditation by assessment? From our side, we have no issue if that is their preference, but they need to pay 150 rather than 60 ringgit. 60 ringgit is just our what you call processing fee, and this all you need to do is just provide supporting document, but we do provide that flexibility. The best step to this, you need to register with us and acquire your login. Once you've already done that, you log in into TDMS using your login credential. Again, on the left-hand side of your dashboard, click Apply for Accreditation. Under this drop-down, there are 3 modules. Click by activity. Sorry, there's another typo here. Should be by activity. When you click this, it will direct you to this page. Okay. Item 3.2. Item 3.2. Just now I mentioned that you must submit supporting document for training that you have conducted within 12-month calendar period for 120 hours of training. Okay, so you click Add Activity. When you click Add Activity, this refers to one training session. Again, I repeat, you need to submit supporting document for 120 hours of accumulated training that you have conducted within 12 calendar period. When you click add activity, this only refers to one training session. For example, within that 12 months, you've already conducted 10 sessions. The first session is intentional marketing, the second one is Six Sigma, the fourth one is business writing, for example. So you have all of that 10 sessions. This button add activity refers to only one training session, means that it refers to international marketing. That's one. So maybe that is 8 hours. So you click another one, add activity, the second one, business writing. So that's the second one, another 8 hours. You click the third one. So you do all that for how many number of sessions until it accumulates to 120 hours. Let's say you are a professional trainer, and training is something that you do professionally as your career. You have conducted for 1 year, conduct 360 hours, for example. From our side, the requirement is only 120. If you want to submit more, it's fine, as long as it is not less than 120. Okay, not less than 120. So you click add activity, and these are the supporting documents that you need to submit. Again, just a reminder, any 2 out of the 4, any 2. When we say minimum, it translates to any 2 from these 4. Okay, and you click add. When you click add, it only means that you have add one training session, only one training session. So by right, it should look something like this. Okay, submit 120 hours of training conducted within 12-month calendar period. So this is one training, for example. This is second training. This, for the purpose of example, we simply put 60 because 60 is 120. This is something that you will be able to see in on your screen for accreditation by activity. The system will accumulate, will sum up for you. All of the number of hours you declared here will be reflected here. The accumulated number of hours will be reflected here on the right hand side. Assuming you've already met the 120 hours, you've already keyed in all of the supporting document and also the session, you check the program date, it is within 12 calendar month, you click apply for accreditation, this part. Okay, once done, the same process will occur, same as accreditation by assessment for exemption. It will direct you to a payment gateway, you click apply, you select the bank that you prefer and you click pay.